Both sides of the story.
We always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story.
Yes, both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Hour 106.
If you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you'd like to win, but you think you can't, it is almost a certain you won't. If you think you'll lose, you've lost. For out in this world we find success begins with a fellow's will. It's all in the state of mind. If you think you're outclassed, you are. You've got to think high to rise. You've got to be sure of yourself before you can ever win the prize. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger or faster man. But sooner or later, the man who wins is the one who thinks he can.
You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. But you must try, try and try, try and try. You succeed at last. Yeah. Persecution you must fear. Win or lose, you gotta get your shit. You got your mind set on a tree. You can get it, but not it may seem long. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. Yeah, you can get it if you really want. But you must try, try and try, try, try. You succeed at last. Don't you know it? Listen, Rome was not built in a day. Opposition will come your way. But the hotter the battle you see, the sweeter the victory. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. But you must try, try and try, try and try. You succeed at last. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want.
Yeah.
But you must try, try and try, try and try. You succeed at last. Don't you know it? Don't I show it? Don't you know?
Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Hour 106.
You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. But you must try, try and try, try and try. You succeed at last. Yeah. Persecution you must fear. Win or lose, you gotta mind set on a tree. You can get it from ordinary people. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want, yeah. You can get it if you really want. But you must try, try and try, try. You succeed at last. Don't you know it? Listen, Rome was not built in a day. Opposition.
It is Wednesday, the 8th of February, 2023, and we greet you well, wherever in the world you are listening to us here on both sides of the story, Power 106 FM. We don't ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices, and that's why we never ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to both sides of the story Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome.
You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. But you must try, try and try, try, try. You succeed at last.
It's a special edition of the program, Both Sides of the Story. And we say thanks to Jesse Blake for doing duties on air on both sides of the story yesterday afternoon while we were doing national business. It is that time of year. It is back. Spelling bee, as it were, as close as possible to what it used to be like when we were always face to face for these events. The overall objective of the Children's Own Spelling Bee competition is to help students improve their spelling, increase their vocabulary, learn concepts, and develop English usage that will help them throughout their lives. Remember, English is the international language of business. The international language of business. This spelling bee competition here in Jamaica, the Gleaners Children's Own Spelling Bee, is the longest running educational program in Jamaica. And each year, hundreds of students across the island benefit from the academic and social components of this program. The competition is divided into two levels. The parish finals, usually held for 2 weeks, starting the last week of September, usually. At this stage, spell-offs in the 14 parishes produce the parish champions, who then compete in the national finals. And that's where we are now, the national finals, usually held the first week of February, the year following the parish finals. This competition includes written, oral, spelling, that's written and oral spelling, comprehension, and dictation. The Gleaner Company normally hosts the spellers and their coaches in Kingston for 4 days. A series of activities, including courtesy calls on various dignitaries, are planned for the spellers and their coaches during this very special Spelling Bee week. The Gleaners Children's Own newspaper is the sponsoring publication for this year's National Spelling Bee competition. And let's give it to you the right way. It's the Gleaners Children's Own Spelling Bee. Now, the printed version, Children's Own, is available in 820 schools island-wide. The Children's Own is now also available in a digital version as an e-paper online. This is the 62nd staging of the competition. The competition is returning after a 2-year absence. Motivational talks and a dinner from J.N. Bank, the associate sponsors for all 14 parish champions the day before the competition. Those took place as well. Now, the week of activities include yesterday, the written tests, dictation, written spelling, comprehension. Today, Wednesday, it's oral spelling and finals. All spellers remain on stage during, they remained on stage during the morning spelling session. Spellers advance to the finals in the afternoon based on their performance in the written spelling on Tuesday, yesterday, and the number of errors in the oral spelling, as we saw unfolding today. The spellers will also benefit and have also benefited from special tours and courtesy calls. Those will be done tomorrow and Friday. Thursday and Friday, the special tours and courtesy calls. As this is Reggae Month, the spellers and their coaches will be touring the Bob Marley Museum. So they can look forward to that. And viewers can watch the finals, and we have been watching the finals, on TVJ and on One Spot Media. The Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, spelling bee finals. And the returning spellmasters, Dr. Clive Lai, Mrs. Marlene Stevenson Daly, and Monsieur Jean-Paul Menou. And in terms of this year's competitors, all right, we'll tell you some more in just a moment.
Walk into Marjan's Pharmacy and you'll feel better. The service is clearly different. Marjan's Pharmacy, call 876-703-6335. The time by Marjan's Pharmacy is
2:15.
Hose Assembly and Supply HAS is the best at what they do. They supply hoses, fittings, and tools. They guarantee they are unbeatable in price and quality combined. Branded by you as the hose and tool boss with the most effective industrial solutions. Come, experience the joy of shopping with the hose boss. Call 876-923-3936 or visit them at 173 Hagley Park Road, 2 Charlesworth Crescent, or Montego Bay Trade Center. HAS would like to thank their customers for over 30 years. Supreme Real Estate, licensed real estate dealers, the experts in residential, commercial, industrial, hotels, and villa sales, rentals, and leases. Supreme Real Estate, Main Street, Salem, Runaway Bay, St. Anne. Call 876-973-5026 or 876-973-6142 and email supremerealestate@cwjamaica.com.
Cross Country Road Show. Hit up every parish in Jamaica.
Yes, we have what you need in the RJR Gleaner Communications Group 2023 Cross Country Invasion. One nation, one family, and we are rolling out with the power of 12 plus. Come out and meet us on Friday, February 10 for the launch from 2 locations across Jamaica. We kick things off at 5 a.m. from St. William Grand Park, downtown Kingston, and 1 p.m. we intensify the fun and excitement from the Third River Park in Ocho Rios. Join us for the live broadcast on Smile Jamaica, TVJ's Daytime Live, Radio Jamaica, Fame 95 FM, Hits 92 FM, Power 106 FM, and RETV. Fun, giveaways, and exciting activities. Meet your favorite personalities, plus special live performances. It's gonna be an invasion like no other, and you must be there. February 10, 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. from St. William Grand Park, downtown Kingston, and from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. from the Third River Park in Ocho Rios. Brought to you by the Statistical Institute of Jamaica in association with Caribbean Dreams, Access Financial, Links, The Guardian Group, Sunshine Snacks, H&L True Value and H&L Agro, Trambop Tonic Wine, Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, Gateway Cooperative Credit Union, Development Bank of Jamaica, and Advanced Integrated Systems.
It's a cross-country invasion. It's a cross-country invasion.
Coverage of the Gleaner Children's Own Spelling Bee competition during both sides of the stories brought to you by Wellington Dental, 57 Wellington Street, Spanish Town.
So we're getting closer to going live, as in taking the live feed from the Gleaners Children's Own Spelling Bee National Finals happening now at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel in New Kingston, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Just to let you know, there are 10 boys and 4 girls. These are the competitors this year, 10 boys and 4 girls. There are 3 repeat spellers. Eve Victoria Williams from St. James, Tavian Morgan representing Manchester, and Nathan Bailey of St. Catherine. This year's sponsors, the title sponsors are the Gleaners Children's Own, associate title sponsors JN Bank, gold sponsors JN Easy Save, JTA Cooperative Credit Union, TVJ, Radio Jamaica, Restaurant Associates, the franchises for the brands Little Caesars, or the brand Little Caesars. The Jamaica Pegasus Hotel is another of the sponsors, so 2 Sangsters bookstores, also the official book sponsor. These are the gold sponsors. The silver sponsors, Beakerplex Pasquale Yogurt, official transportation sponsor, Desmarland Tours and Rentals Limited. Contributing sponsors, Jamaica Flour Mills, Manpower and Maintenance Services Foundation Limited, Bob Marley Museum, and Kingston Jerk. Let's now get ready to join the feed coming from the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel of the Gleaners Children's Own Spelling Bee National Finals.
Mitzvah. Am I pronouncing the word correctly?
Yes, you are.
Mitzvah. Mitzvah. Mitzvah.
Correct. We will now take a break. At this point, give them a round of applause. And when we come back, we will explain the handicaps to you once more.
We don't want to miss that explanation, Dr. Lai. Let's make sure we have Dr. Lai on cue throughout so we don't miss that explanation of the handicaps. And that term, by the way, is these days is only supposed to be used in keeping with the original aspects of certain sports and games. So, for example, in golf, they talk about having a handicap in and also in spelling. You just heard Dr. Clive Lai, himself a former speller, former spelling bee champion, speaking of what is to come in just a moment as far as the outlining the handicaps and all the other elements to go into the rest of the championship. So we no longer use that word handicap to refer to people in terms of a disability or otherwise. We no longer use that term. So please, let's remember that and let's be sensitive. But you will hear the use of the word in a competition such as this, the spelling bee competition, and you will also hear it in golf. But other than that, we talk about persons with special needs, persons with disabilities, other persons who are otherwise enabled, etc. So we're standing by to hear from Dr. Clive Lai. And that's the truth. That's what we're waiting on right now. Let's go through the list of spellers in the meantime, shall we? Nathan Bailey, representing Jamaica's largest parish, demographically speaking, in terms of population size, the parish of St. Catherine. Nicardo Henry is representing Jamaica's smallest parish, Kingston. Yes, you heard right. Jamaica's smallest parish is Kingston. Nicardo Henry is representing Kingston. Dayton Jennings is representing the parish that gave birth to the global trade in bananas and ultimately to the birth of tourism in Jamaica. Dayton Jennings is representing that parish. That's the parish of Portland. Khalil James is representing Trelawney. That's the parish of birth of the great Usain St. Leopold. Michael Fletcher is representing the Garden Parish, St. Anne, home to, well, it's birthplace of reggae icon par excellence, the Honorable Robert Nesta Marley, OM. And there are some other superstars too, but we'll, if you don't mind, we'll just leave it at Bob for the time being. So Michael Fletcher is representing the Garden Parish, St. Anne. Micron Campbell is representing Clarendon. Good afternoon to Clarendonians listening to us right now. Good afternoon to Auntie Faye Ellington. How are you? Don't know if you're listening, but good afternoon to you. And how is your mom? How is Miss May? We haven't exchanged words in a while. We need to change that. Also competing in this year's Gleaners Children's Own Spelling Bee National Finals, we have Eve Victoria Williams representing St. James, the tourism capital of Jamaica, more specifically the city of Montego Bay, which is in St. James. Daniel Robinson is representing Westmoreland, the parish of Westmoreland, which I believe was established back in 1703. And that's the parish that gave birth to what is now known as J.N. Bank. It all started in Westmoreland. Jonathan Bailey is representing the parish of St. Andrew. So they've separated the parishes of the corporate area. Back in 1923, Kingston and St. Andrew were merged administratively to form the Kingston and St. Andrew Corporation, which is now known as the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation. Jonathan Bailey is representing half of that corporate area, St. Andrew. Kyria Hind is representing St. Mary. All right. So we're not ready to resume the spell down just yet. That they're not ready yet, but whenever they're ready, we will join them live. But we're just going through the list of representatives from the 14 parishes of Jamaica. And we were saying Kyria Hind. It's actually Hind that I'm seeing here. I know both. I know people who are Hind and those who are Hinds. So we'll comfortably say Hind. That's the spelling we're seeing. And that's representing St. Mary. That's Kyria Hind representing St. Mary. The parish of Hanover, the second smallest parish in Jamaica, is being represented by, on the face of it, it could be Romesia, but it could also be Romesia, Romecia, Romesia Spence of Hanover. Jordan Salmon is representing the Breadbasket parish of St. Elizabeth. Tavian Morgan is representing Jamaica's youngest parish, the parish of Manchester, which was established back in, when was that again? 1815, was it? I believe it was 1815, December 1815. And then there is St. Thomas, the parish of St. Thomas. Or did we tell you? I think let's repeat for the record. Tavian Morgan is representing Manchester. Tavian Morgan representing Manchester. And Dominique Belfort. Dominique Belfort is representing the parish of St. Thomas. So those are the spellers, and we can't wait to hear them going at it once again. They've had a couple of breaks. They're on another break right now. And as soon as they are back from that break, we will go live and bring you the rest of this Gleaner's Children's Own Spelling Bee National Finals, beaming live from the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel in New Kingston, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Claudine Cole, good afternoon to you. Sultan Ali is on board. Good to have you on board with us once again. That is son of Prince Buster. Ronnie Gibson, good afternoon to you. Peter Barkley, good to have you on board. How are things in Bermuda? How is the Jamaican Bermuda family doing? Cherry Henry says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan and listeners. Blessings to you all, to you too, Cherry Henry. Audrey Smith is in Southampton in England. Welcome, Audrey Smith. Peter Gracie is in Florida. And let's take the break and come back.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:30.
Your health is key to your wealth. Suffering from muscle, joint, neck, back, and other pain? The Rehabilitation Institute of the Caribbean, in association with Winchester MRI, Immune Active Denk, and Almighty Studios present Rehabilitation Now, a 30-minute feature on physical medicine and rehabilitation for persons overcoming pain or dysfunction from injury or disease that affects muscles, tendons, nerves, and joints. Rehabilitation Now with rehabilitation physician Dr. Paula Dawson and host Alicia Taylor airs every Friday at 3:30 p.m. during both sides of the story with Dervan Malcolm on Power 106. Free your body from aches and pain with Rehabilitation Now, right here on Power 106 FM.
You succeed at last. Don't you know it? Don't I show it?
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on both sides of the story, Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. Ruth Crooks, good afternoon to you. Peter Gracie says, good day. Same to you, Peter Gracie. Thank you for tuning in. Audrey Smith says, good afternoon, Dervan and listeners everywhere. My heart goes out to all those who have lost relatives in the awful, horrific earthquake that took place in Syria and Turkey. Listening from Southampton. Take care. Same to you, Audrey Smith. All the best. And Peter Gracie confirms that he's currently in Kingston. Welcome home, Peter Gracie, of the organization This Is Jamaica. Good afternoon to Asha Ash. She says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan. Just tuning in from London, England. Nice to see you today. Couldn't find you yesterday. I was doing duties. Otherwise engaged yesterday, Asha Ash. Sean Chambers, good afternoon to you as well. Thank you very much for tuning in here on your program. Both sides of the story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaner's website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And until the spellers are ready for us again, taking your calls on 876-922-4112 to 5. 876-922-4112 to 5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well. That number is 876-365-3346. Xavier says, good day, Dervan. What do you think about educating and enforcement of the Buggery law? Well, if it's a law on our books here in Jamaica, so unless and until there are changes, this is what it is. All right, stand by. Sorry, we're pausing not because of the subject matter, but because we're standing by to go live once again to the spellers at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel for the Gleaners Children's Own Spelling Bee National Finals. So we're still waiting for them to resume the finals. And while we wait, let's clear. In fact, they're ready now. Let's listen.
Welcome back to the finals of the 2023 National Finals of the Gleaners Children's Zone Spelling Bee competition. We are now down to the last two contestants. And here are the rules. You should be aware of them because we have two Jonathan from St. Andrew and Tavion from Manchester. Now, from my calculations, Jonathan has 0 handicaps left, but Tavion has 2 handicaps. So here's how it's going to go. If Jonathan should misspell a word, because Tavion has 2 handicaps, he's going to get 2 bites of the championship word. So if he fails with the first bite, he goes to the second bite. And if he fails to eat that bite, then he would have lost all of his handicaps and he's down to 0. Then he will get a word to spell, and if he misspells it, then Jonathan will try and spell that word. If he spells it correctly, he'll get a championship word. And then it's going to go ding dong like that if both of them have 0 handicaps. So I hope you are familiar with the rules here. Okay? So are we ready to go? It's your turn, Jonathan. Your word is hoary.
Please may you repeat the word?
Hoary.
Please may I have the definition?
It means gray or grayish white, gray or white with age, gray-haired, like me.
Please may I have it used in a sentence?
The team is a cool blend of youth and a couple of hoary veterans for experience.
Thank you, sir. Hoary. H-O-A-R-Y. Hoary.
Correct. Tavion, your word is mondificative.
Mondificative.
Yes.
Please may I have the language of origin?
Originally Latin. It's also thought to be from French.
Okay. Please may I have the meaning?
It means, as an adjective, having the power to cleanse and also or wound.
Mondificative. Am I pronouncing the word correctly?
Yes.
Mondificative.
Yeah.
Mundificative. Mondificative.
Correct. Jonathan, your word is henotheism.
Please may you repeat the word?
Henotheism.
Please may I have the language of origin?
Greek.
Please may I have the definition?
It means a belief in a single God without the assertion that there is only one God.
Please may I have it used in a sentence?
Henotheism slowly superseded polytheism, from which monotheism was a small, albeit logical step.
Please may you repeat the word?
Henotheism.
Henotheism.
Yes.
And is the word henotheism?
Henotheism.
Henotheism.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Henotheism.
Yes.
Henotheism. Henotheism.
Correct. Tavion, Your word is metonymy.
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 Please may I have a definition?
It means a figure of speech in which someone or something is referred to by the name of something associated.
Metonymy. Please may I
Metonymy.
have the language of origin?
Originally Greek, went to Latin.
Metonymy. Please may I use this word in a sentence?
Sure. The use of the word crown to refer to monarchy is an example of a metonymy.
Metonymy. Am I pronouncing the word correctly?
Yes.
Metonymy. M-Y-T-O. Metonymy. Sorry, the word is metonymy.
Yes.
Metonymy. M-Y-T-O-N-Y-M-Y. Metonymy.
Sorry. M-I-T-O-N-Y-M-Y. Metonymy. M-E-T-O-N-Y-M-Y. Metonymy. Okay, so Tavian, you're down to one handicap. Back to you, Jonathan. Pyrrhonism.
Please may you repeat the word?
Pyrrhonism.
Please may I have the language of origin?
Greek.
Please may I have the definition?
The doctrine of the possibility of attaining certainty of knowledge.
Please may I have it used in a sentence?
David Hume recommends a more moderate or academic skepticism that tones down Pyrrhonism.
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 Pyrrhonism. P-Y-R-R-H. Please may I start over?
Sure.
Please may you repeat the word?
Yes, Pyrrhonism.
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 P-Y-R-R-H-A-N-I-S-M.
Tavian, because you have one handicap left, this will be your championship word. Hebdomadal.
Hebdomadal. Please may I get the meaning?
As an adjective, it means weekly, a meeting or occurring once per week. As a noun, a periodical appearing once per week.
Please may I have this word in a sentence?
I look forward to the hebdomadal arrival of my Sunday Gleaner.
Hebdomadal. Am I pronouncing the word correctly?
Let me hear.
Hebdomadal.
Hebdomadal.
Hebdomadal. Hebdomadal. Hebdomadal.
Congratulations, you are the champion. All right, we will take a break and return to you shortly with the presentation of the trophy to Tavian.
So to the people of the parish of Manchester, you can celebrate Tavian Morgan with the word hebdomadal. 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 Something that is done, what did Dr. Lai say? Weekly? And use the example of looking forward to getting his Sunday Gleaner every week. Hebdomadal. Hebdomadal. That's the winning word. That's the championship word. And Tavian Morgan got it, representing the parish of Manchester. And did you know that the first free library was established in the parish of Manchester? That parish library in Manchester. The very first free library established in Jamaica. The Manchester Parish Library. Well done, Tavian Morgan. Congratulations. And very well played. Jonathan Bailey, who is representing the parish of St. Andrew. And so if you're just tuning in, Tavian Morgan representing the parish of Manchester, has emerged champion in the Gleaners Children's Own Spelling Bee competition. Right here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. We're standing by for further information, announcements from the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel, where they're on a break right now, and we are standing by to rejoin them for other announcements, because there are other announcements to be made with respect to the participants in this Gleaners Children's Own Spelling Bee competition. There's more after the break.
Need water for agricultural purposes? Apply to the National Irrigation Commission for your irrigation services. Let's grow smart and eat smart with irrigated agriculture. Call National Irrigation Commission at 876-927-6727. Visit their website at www.nicjamaica.com or visit any of their office locations today. Irrigation, making the difference in agriculture.
Okay. Let's rejoin the feed of the live broadcast of the Gleaners Children's Own Spelling Bee National Finals.
Okay, so
These are live. Right? These are.
Bertrand Gibson presented the award. He's a deputy general manager at Gleaner.
Okay. From the surname again. Dr. Wiles, how are you? Hello. Fine, thanks. I don't remember what message I sent to you, but the spelling bee ended a little early today, so we could still do just after 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock this afternoon. That's too sudden for you? Oh, okay. All right. So sure, go ahead and send it, please. Okay, thanks. Good. Bye-bye. You'll succeed at last, says Jimmy Cliff. You can get it if you really want. Congratulations to Tavian Morgan of Manchester, winning the Gleaners Children's Own Spelling Bee National Finals. All the very best to Tavian. And well done to all the other spellers. May you continue to enjoy the rest of the afternoon into evening, and the fun is not over, is it? Because tomorrow and Friday, you're going to be involved in special tours. You're going to be taken on special tours and uh, courtesy calls, which means possibly, I don't have the list, but possibly the Prime Minister, the opposition leader, the Governor General, who knows? You might very well be paying courtesy calls on the holders of those offices. Also, the highlight, no doubt, will be your tour of the Bob Marley Museum, the spellers and coaches. As part of Reggae Month, the spellers and the coaches will be touring the Bob Marley Museum. I've done that one a few times. It's always quite revealing. And of course, we want to use the opportunity to congratulate the sponsors, to thank the sponsors who have come on board. Title sponsors, the Gleaners Children's Own. Associate title sponsors, JN Bank. Gold sponsors, JN Easy Save, JTA Cooperative Credit Union, TVJ, Radio Jamaica, Restaurant Associates, the franchisees for Little Caesars in Jamaica, one of the outlets, the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel, and Sangster's Bookstores, also official book sponsor. Silver sponsors, Beakerplex, Pasquale Yogurt, official transportation sponsor, Des Marland Tours and Rentals Limited. Contributing sponsors, Jamaica Flour Mills, Manpower and Maintenance Services Foundation Limited, and the Bob Marley Museum. Those are the contributing sponsors. And so, Manchester, by all means, celebrate Tavian Morgan, and celebrate this win for your parish and ultimately for Jamaica. All the very best. And thank you very much for your respective contributions in making this year's Gleaners Children's Own Spelling Bee National Finals the success that it has been so far. And that means we are going to revert to regular programming when we come back from this break. There's a big event happening, and we're going to hear all about it. Uniting Policymakers and Community, Bridging the Divide. And this takes place Monday, the 20th of February at 7 o'clock in the evening, Eastern Standard Time. And the theme is bringing awareness. The wrong help hurts. Do you get it? The wrong help hurts. And if you need more information, you can go to whitehouseprayer.org. whitehouseprayer.org. Every year, Caribbean people, a group of Caribbean people, well, not just one particular organization, but several faith-based organizations are invited to the White House. And in fact, Marion Hall has been invited to one of those occasions in the recent past. I would say before, when was that? That was before the year before COVID-19. And this year, we are going to be witnessing a coming together of different individuals and one or two new organizations as well for the White House Prayer for Our Nation. That's what it's called. Dr. Sharon Wiles is hosting it, and she is properly addressed as Ambassador Dr. Sharon Wiles. And the UNPAC, UNPAC, Uniting Policymakers and Community, they're playing a key role here as well. And you're going to hear some more when we come back from this break here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, and live on your smart devices all over the world. Let's take the break and come back with more on this afternoon's edition of Both Sides of the Story. Right, standing by to connect with Dr. Sharon Wiles, who, as we said, is involved in a very significant event that will involve Jamaicans like her, Dr. Sharon Wiles, and others, especially faith-based organizations and their representatives. That will be the focus. And so it's always very hard to introduce our next guest because she wears so many hats, and I'm not exaggerating. I wouldn't know where to start. Well, she will tell you, first of all, that she's a child of God, and she's a missionary. She does a lot of missionary work in places like Honduras, and of course, right here in Jamaica and in Florida, where she's based for the most part. She is a minister of the gospel in her own right, in terms of uh, singing and giving God praise. And she does a lot of humanitarian work, as we have said. And so we're anxious to learn more about this February 20th event, which we're told is designed to bring awareness to the Jamaican diaspora, home and abroad, also communities at large. And the aim, Dr. Sharon Wiles tells us, is to unite policymakers and the community. Good afternoon, Dr. Sharon Wiles. How are you? That's good to know. That's very good to know. What is this event we've been hearing about happening on the 20th of February, which is next Monday, isn't it? Mhm. Mm. Mhm. Mhm. Sure, sure. Mhm. 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 All right. How how can you spell out how we can join? What do we need to do in order to be a part of this event? It mhm. Sure. Mhm. Is this an annual occasion? This event? Yes. And so the event starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday, the 20th of February. Now, Are you seeking to target any particular cohort of people, or it's just whosoever will may come?
Whosoever will may come. We want everyone to be informed and educated about what we're doing. We're bringing awareness, but we really, what we were doing initially, we're targeting our Jamaican, or the Jamaican diaspora home and abroad. But then we realized, in our meeting, I said, you know what? Even though we have diaspora all over the world, but let's put it out there for everybody, for the coming citizens, people who live here in the U.S.,
Sorry, Dr. Wiles. One moment. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now 3:15.
It continues to be all smiles at Wellington Dental. We offer dental care for the entire family, including cleaning, filling, whitening, and other dental services. There's wheelchair access and an exciting play area for the children. Wellington Dental, 57 Wellington Street, Spanish Town. Telephone 876-984-5482 or 876-749-3515.
With over 40 years of record service, Block Safe and Bolt Limited is your trusted security provider. Get affordable prices on a wide variety of seals, garage doors, access control supplies, magnetic lock fingerprint weatherproof keypads, card access system, time attendance, power supplies, and exit buttons. Professional services provided. Visit 40 Shortwood Road, Kingston 8. Problem solved with Lock Safe and Bolt.
The February 5 off 50 sales event at Home and Things is here. Take $5 off every $50 you spend. Save big on the brands you know and trust. From beautiful Spanish and Brazilian tiles to exquisite bathroom fixtures from Sedosa, American Standard and Corona. Stylish Moen and American Standard faucets. Doors, windows, paint, and home decor treasures that inspires beauty and elegance. It's the February 5 off 50 sales event happening now at Home and Things. Old Hope Road and Constant Spring Road. Catch it while it lasts.
yes, we have what you need in the RJR Greener Communications Group 2023 Cross Country Invasion. One nation, one family, and we are rolling out with the power of 12 plus. Come out and meet us on Friday, February 10th for the launch from 2 locations across Jamaica. We kick things off at 5 a.m. from St. William's Grand Park, downtown Kingston, and 1 p.m. we intensify the fun and excitement for the President Project Ocho Rios. Join us for the live broadcast on Smile Jamaica, TVJ Daytime Live, Radio Jamaica, Fame 95 FM, Hits 92 FM, Power 106 FM, and RETV. Fun, giveaways, and exciting activities. Meet your favorite personalities, plus special live performances. It's gonna be an invasion like no other, and you must be there. February 10th, 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. from St. William Grand Park, downtown Kingston, and from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. from the Third River Park in Ocho Rios. Brought to you by the Statistical Institute of Jamaica in association with Caribbean Dreams, Access Financial, Lakes, Guardian Group, Sunshine Snacks, H&L True Value, and H&L Agro, Strongbox Tonic Wine, Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, Gateway Cooperative Credit Union, Development Bank of Jamaica, and Advanced Integrated System. It's a cross-country invasion. It's a cross-country invasion.
Dr. Sharon Wiles has been helping us to unpack the details of the very, very significant event being held under the banner of White House Prayer for Our Nation, as in the United States, and with the support and deep involvement, Reverend Dr. Terry Lee, founder of UNPAC, Uniting Policymakers and Community. Ambassador Dr. Sharon Wiles will be hosting the program. The aim, they tell us, is to bridge the divide, bridging the divide. And so they have identified a number of areas where information is lacking, and they're seeking to fill that void, that collective void. And so if you need more information, yes, she did say the website is not, essentially has not been turned on just yet. And so, but make a note of the website address, whitehouseprayer.org. whitehouseprayer.org. As we were going to the break, Dr. Wiles, you were saying a bit more, but we had to take the break.
That's okay. I do understand. I've already host myself. I do understand how that works. All right. Also, I wanted to add, Sir Dervan, that also the Council General will be participating. And if she's not able to attend, of course, you'll be having a representative, Mr. I forgot his name.
The Consul General,
Chester,
the Consul General in Florida or New York?
New York.
Oh, that's Alcyon Wilson.
Wilson, yes.
Yes.
So, right, but she may be in an event during that period. However, Mr. Rochester, deputy, will be representing her in the event she's not able to come on.
Right.
But they're also be a part of this as well to give information on this great event that people need to know. And if I could just quickly share an incident that took place, one of the reasons why we need to bring awareness to the community, to the diaspora who travels back and forth. There was a case, someone that I know personally, Sir Dervan, who traveled to Jamaica and got stopped by the cops, of course. And what happened when they got stopped? There was no reason to give a ticket by the police officer. So there was an iPhone on the back of the person's car seat that the person used when they're traveling, but they had another little regular phone that they were using in Jamaica. The police officer, when he had no reason to give a ticket, they were just doing a spot check, said, "Oh, did you know that it's illegal to have an iPhone in Jamaica?"
What?
Took the person's ID serious, and we're going to be talking about this, trust me. And the
Well, that is fraud.
iPhone
Oh dear. That's fraud.
from her took it,
Mm.
not knowing that the lady took his badge and name, and not knowing that her son had a high position in a certain particular department in Jamaica. So all she did was call her son, gave the information, and the son went straight over to the station where they found out where he was stationed, and also realized he's been doing it to a lot of the visitors coming to Jamaica.
Oh no.
And I can share many other incidents that took place. So for that reason, we have to bring awareness to the people so that to know the law, know your rights.
Hmm. Yeah.
A case where the police officer took the driver's license or the ID from a person, drove off with it, and told the person, "Drive with me over how many miles to go to the station," once the person had gotten stopped by another car. So these are things we're bringing awareness to understand the law.
Well, we're terribly sorry to hear and shocked to hear about this kind of skullduggery. It's terrible.
Happening.
Mm.
These are happening, Malcolm, and that is why we have taken it up the challenge to really, bring awareness to our community, bring awareness to our people. And like I said before, people suffer because of lack of knowledge. And, and sometimes they go and seek the wrong help and it pushes you deeper in a hole. We want to provide the right person for you to go. If there's a question, if there's a concern, if there's a situation that you're dealing with, if you are faced with a situation traveling, we need to know those things so we can address it. And I thank God for the opportunity and the privilege that He has given me to be able to have access to people in these high places. So that's why we're able to come and bring all these wonderful people together to help to edify our community at large.
Right. This umbrella organization, the White House Prayer for Our Nation, is this the same one, or is it connected in any way to the one where faith-based leaders are invited to the White House and this is it?
Yeah, so let me just brief you more on that.
Sure.
Right? So this is going to be the 25th year celebration for the White House Prayer.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where, yes, we invite faith-based from all over the world to join on May 19th and 20th. Now, to God be the glory, I'm truly humbled to have been asked to be one of the peace ambassadors representing for this year, 2023, for their 25th anniversary, and I'm also one of the coordinators for the event. So I'm able to give you a lot of information in regards put 1,000 boys choir together for the 20th. On the 19th, we're still working on that. We are going to be we're going to bring at least 200 pastors, bishops, clergymen into Capitol Hill and into the White House for an hour, hour and a half of prayer and having, some of the lawmakers, sharing stuff and asking questions that we may not have clarity on. So that will be on the 19th. Then the evening of the 19th will be a banquet. Well, we have said a clergy banquet, but we're going to make it open to where there'll be a cost for that. So the flyer is coming out soon. We're working on that for the flyer, and of course, we will invite, people from government places, high places, and all of that, clergy from all over the world. If you'd like to be a part of it, again, my number that I gave out, 754-246-9269. I'll be overwhelmed if you call, so try not to call. Send me a message, text me your email, WhatsApp me your email, and I'll be more than happy to send a letter of invitation to you ASAP. So if you would like to be part of the choir to sing or part of the clergy for the White House, for the Capitol Hill, and also for the Saturday where we'll have an all day from 10 to 4 or 5 o'clock, where we'll be in the White House Park there on the lawn, praying all day. Please, we're inviting every one of you. If you'd love to come, you don't have to be a clergy. It's open for everybody, but we particularly need clergy representatives from all over to come as well. We have hotels that we're working on. You get buses. We want people to hire buses from all over the U.S. They come Canada, everywhere to come and be part of this 25-year celebration at home.
It sounds quite special, and we trust that those at home and abroad who are able to will participate, and because we will all be the better for it in terms of the information that will be imparted, and the decisions that will be made, and other matters discussed. So this is like calling together the family for a family meeting, as it were. I'm sure you'll agree with that designation, Ambassador Dr. Wiles. Yes, that's really what it is. Well, we want to congratulate you and all the other stakeholders who are playing their part in not just bridging the divide, but strengthening the existing ties and connections between Jamaica and the great United States of America, and the issues pertinent to both sides in terms of matters. Well, a couple of examples have been shared by Dr. Wiles of really scammers posing as police. Now that is serious. Telling people about eh? Yeah. 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 That's the point I'm making. That's what makes it frightening. That's what makes it frightening. I mean, we have a case right now. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yes. So you want people to be on their guard. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Be calm, be polite, and these are some of the things we want to talk about. Because sometimes you get stopped by a police officer. The police officer is doing his or her job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the other law. So when they stop you, be polite. Don't have attitude. When you stop me for, that kind of behavior. No. Be polite.
Right.
Sometimes you being polite, sometimes the officer will let you go. But when you have an attitude, then sometimes it really causes them to want to do more.
Mm. All right. Well, more to come on this subject. We no doubt will have reason to remind our listeners of the event on Monday, the 20th of February, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Uniting policymakers and community unpack, bridging the divide. And you're all invited. Because I think that's what you said. You've pretty much opened it to the public initially.
Open to the public.
Yes. Mhm.
We will have a panelist in a room where they will not have access, the folks will not have access to just come in that room to ask any questions, but they'll be on, on the platform as well to listen to the
Yes.
talking and so forth.
Excellent.
Open for everybody.
Great. So we'll keep in touch leading up to the 20th as well. And we'll talk again. Thanks a lot, Dr. Wiles. All the best.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me joining your program. And we have the official launch of the White House Prayer on Saturday. So again, please send me an email if you'd like to get a letter, and I'm more than happy. Thank you, Sir Dervan. Thank you, the audience. Blessings.
Blessings.
Together, unite as one.
Amen. Thank you. Take care.
Help us protect Jamaica's borders. Tell us about any illegal guns coming through customs controlled areas. Call Crime Stop at 311. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
3:31 on Power 106.
both sides of the story. Do you have a title for your land? Are you thinking about buying or selling land?
How much is your property worth? Tune in to both sides of the story with Dervan Malcolm on Power 106 FM every last Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. for The NLA and You, a program that examines the National Land Agency's role in building an efficient and transparent land titling system for Jamaicans. That's The NLA and You on both sides of the story with Dervan Malcolm every last Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. The National Land Agency. One agency, one goal, committed to serve you better.
The Western Relays is one of the biggest sporting events in Western Jamaica, and the 44th staging will be held at the G.C. Foster College of Physical Education and Sport on Saturday, February 11. Over the years, the meet has attracted some of Jamaica's top young athletes. Coaches and track and field scouts, as well as pundits, have used the relays to determine the likely top performers in the Western Championships and Boys and Girls Championships. Join Power 106 FM Saturday, February 11 at 12 p.m. as we bring you a live broadcast from the is brought to you by Medicare Pharmacy, Boat Village Supermarket, Yuka's Car Rental, Tours and Taxi Service, Mobile Welding and Engineering Works, Flagstaff Bakery, James Lumberyard, Sam the Blindsman, and Ventura Photo and Video. That's a live broadcast of the Western Relays from the G.C. Foster College of Physical Education and Sport in St. Catherine, Saturday, February 11, right here on Power 106 FM.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program. Both sides of the story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Live on your smart devices all over the world. Let's just clear a few more messages before we continue. Good afternoon to Ruth Crooks, who is in Hanover. Good afternoon to you. Junior Jabari, hello. Cydia Jones, welcome. Biju from New York says, good afternoon, Dervan. Hope you are having an awesome day so far. Indeed we are. Thank you very much, Biju. How is Mr. B? How is Jorvillia? Hope all is well. And Velta Wilson in St. Thomas, good afternoon to you. She says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm and listeners. Colisa Ibanks, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Hello to Ray Moya. Ruth Crook says, Mr. Dervan, can we see them in reference to the spellers earlier on? Sorry about that. No, that wasn't possible. Ricardo in Glengoff, St. Catherine, tuned in as well. Welcome, Ricardo. Good to have you on board. Alicia Cromas, hello to you. Ruth Crook says, congratulations. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Rachel Reynolds is watching. Welcome, Rachel Reynolds. Exley Montgomery from Clarendon, welcome. Junior Jabari says, congratulations. I love spelling in reference to the National Spelling Bee Finals. Faye Weller, good afternoon. Peter Gracie of This is Jamaica says, big shout out to Courtney Greaves. This is Jamaica's Poetry Competition winner 2021. Courtney Greaves for creating history in Jamaica yesterday. Well, congratulations to her. Well done, Courtney Greaves. Debbie Crawford, good afternoon to you. Faye Weller says, hello, Mr. Dervan and listeners. Blessed love to you all. To you too, Faye Weller. Congratulations. Beautiful, says Faye Weller. Angela in Toronto, Canada, good afternoon. Earl Allen says, bless up yourself, Brother Dervan. I was pleased when I found out that you and Brother Gooden were friends. He's also my linky too, Brother Derv. So it is. Norman Hines in St. Thomas says, good afternoon, Sir Dervan, Malcolm, and listeners. To you too, Norman Hines. Katie and Duncan, welcome. Deanne Murray says, hello, Dervan, Malcolm. Heading from Mobay into Westmoreland. You be safe there, Deanne Murray. Congrats to you too. And thank you very much for tuning in. Keep those messages coming in. UIC Jamaica, here's a message on YouTube. UIC Jamaica will improve Jamaica's education system to a level never seen before. UIC Jamaica is the third largest political movement in Jamaica. Please join, share, and support UIC Jamaica, encourages Howard Foster. Charles James, yes, indeed. Next Monday is not February 20, but the event is Monday, the 20th of February. Thank you very much. Let's go to Sean, who has been trying desperately to connect with us. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Uncle Dervan, Malcolm. How are you doing, sir?
Fine, thanks. And you?
Fine, thanks. And you? I'm great so far. It was a very interesting spelling bee competition. I'm sorry, I beg your pardon. We as human beings, we mix up words sometimes. You understand what I'm saying?
We're listening.
Uncle Dervan, I only calling to say hi and bye to you. I will give you a call back this Monday. I'm going to debate about the SSL saga situation this Monday. I heard what is going on.
What is going on?
With SSL, the fraud scandal about the stealing of the 12 million.
Yeah, that's been out there for a little while now.
Okay, I will talk about it this Monday. Hold on before I go, Uncle Dervan, Malcolm. Television Jamaica is not showing in my area for over 14 years now. Can you report the issue to the TBJ engineering family, please? The reason why it is not showing in my area because they don't have a tower in this area.
We'll ask them about it. What is your area?
Garden Hill, St. Catherine, Gardenhill, a place in Point Hill, St. Catherine. The only TV station is showing in this area is CBM.
All right, we've made a note of it.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for calling.
Yes.
Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. The usual pileup of messages. Let's try our best. This says, greetings to Miss R. Henry, the best grade 4 teacher at Halfway Tree Primary of all time. Miss, we love you so much from all your foundation parents, students, and friends. And that's going out to Miss R. Henry, who is being touted as the best grade 4 teacher of all time at Halfway Tree Primary School. Michael from Belle Plaine in Clarendon, good afternoon to you. Thank you for joining us. Good to have you on board. And hello to the others who have joined us as well. Who is this now? This is Lance. Lance says, "Good day, Mr. Malcolm. I know that this messaging is out of your scheduled broadcasting or airtime. This is just to inform you that some listeners of your program and Power 106 FM in general within the Mandeville area experience great challenges in accessing your programs, especially on weekdays. On the other hand, almost all the other local radio stations are readily accessible. Your technicians and engineers need to be advised of this situation, hopefully, to have the matter addressed. Terribly sorry to hear of your experience where there is a WhatsApp group comprised of engineers and other stakeholders within the RGR Gleaner Communications group, and we are just about to send this message. In fact, we just did. And having done that, we'll just share Lance's contact details so that if the engineers have questions, they will be able to ask Lance. And hopefully, he'll be in a position to answer those questions. And Audrey Edward Dennis, we see you. Good afternoon to you as well. Thank you very much. And here's a message from Bunty. He says, "A pleasant evening, still afternoon here in Jamaica, Bunty." He says, "Please keep up the great work you are doing. Look forward for your comments. I know it's not a church program, but please read Matthew 24, verse 1 to 51 for me. And that is my request. Thanks. You have a great day. Jagaid." Greetings to you too, Bunty. Thank you very much for sharing. At the earliest opportunity, we will see what is possible with respect to that message. And let's go to the phone lines and come back to these messages. 876-922-4112 are the numbers to call. 876-922-4112. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Good afternoon. Yes, sir. Still no luck? Thank you. We haven't had any further development or announcement or request or commitment at this stage. We mm. Oh, well, you heard more than I heard. Mm. Uh-huh. Yes, that's somebody sent a link just showing what it looks like, and I think I don't remember if there was a price tag affixed as well. I don't remember. I'm just combing through to see if we can retrieve that information. Uh, I'm not sure. Not seeing anything yet. We're doing a search for trying to find a message with the word Amazon. All right, let me try another option. Let's see if we can actually. All right, let's go to the break and come back. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now 3:45. Tune in every Thursday at 3:30 p.m. for Your Legal Corner with David Walker Huntington, hearing both sides of the story with Dervan Malcolm on Power 106 FM. It's your source of information regarding U.S. immigration matters, combined with Power 106 FM's pioneer of diaspora broadcasting. Call in with your U.S. immigration queries and concerns on 876-924-11225 or send a text or WhatsApp message to 876-279-8598 and get the answers you need for your U.S. immigration questions. That's Your Legal Corner with Dana Walker Huntington, Thursdays at 3:30 p.m. during both sides of the story with Dervan Malcolm, only on Power 106 FM.
This was a listener from North Carolina who sent us well, the first message that was sent to us was as far back as the 22nd of December 2022, and there's a link to a showcasing of Talking Bible Electronic Holy Bible audio player in English for seniors, kids, and the blind, battery powered, King James Version, black. So there's following that now, there's a picture of the Talking Bible, and the one-time payment is $59.99. That's US $59.99. So that's the cost. So it does exist. It is on Amazon. It's a question now of those who are prepared to come forward and make a contribution to this effort so that Mr. Robinson will be able to, will not miss the scriptures, will be able to take in the scriptures still. So that's where it's at. That's where it's at, Mr. Robinson. I'm not seeing any further development, at least as far as this listener from North Carolina is concerned. But if the person is listening, we trust that she will. I think it's a female. I'm trying to remember. It requires a little more searching, so I'll do a little more searching and see if I come up with anything else. What is this? This person Salah says, Dervan, the person that the price on Amazon was $59. Yes, that's what I said a while ago, Neville, Salah. All right, we'll be on the lookout. But it requires a little time to check through some of these many messages to see if there's any information, any positive information that we're able to extract and share with you with a view to your you eventually getting a hold of this digital or talking or electronic Bible. But rest assured that once there's anything positive that pops up, you'll be the first to know. All right? Sure, go ahead. Where in St. Thomas are you again? 9 Miles, Bull Bay. Oh boy. All right. Oh dear. All right. We're gonna post a quick message in the group, the engineers. Oh dear. Not good. All right. We're trying to send off this message right away to the transmission team via their WhatsApp group. So 9 Miles, Bull Bay. 9 Miles, Bull Bay. You call it Taylor's Land? Okay. All right. Taylor's Land. So quick message. No power 106 FM. And a caller is reporting. All right. All right, let's see. Please let us know if and when it comes back on. All right. You too. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you so much for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Taking your calls on 876-922-4113 to 5. 4112 to 5. 876-922-4112 to 5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp message, which means you can send us your WhatsApp messages, your text messages, your voice notes, and you can call us on WhatsApp as well. And this one says, Dervan, did you know Victoria Craft Market at King Street Bottom was a musical hotspot? Kes Chin, Tessan Chin's grandfather, was always playing there. Some of these traditions, perhaps had we kept them, the harmony, literally and figuratively, in our society would be even greater. Perhaps. 876-922-4112 to 5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number. And let's clear, we did have some of the messages from the last couple of days, but they've all been checked now. And so we're good to go again. 876-922-4113 to 5. Xavier says, nowhere in the Bible says Jesus is coming back. It is a lie Christians continue to tell not understanding the scripture, says Xavier on WhatsApp. They say there are a couple of discussions you try to avoid. One of them is a discussion on religion. Another one is a discussion on what's it? What they call man and woman story. And there is yet another. The general consensus is you don't linger on those topics. You move right along because those are unending. Unless you have the whole year, those are unending. So Xavier is contending that nowhere in the Bible says Jesus is coming back. He says it's a lie Christians continue to tell, not understanding the scripture. Well, let's have those who understand the scripture tell us about it, including you, Xavier. But you have clearly put your position on the table. Keep the messages coming in. We always like to encourage discourse. And there is no time like the present as we continue with more on both sides of the story. Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4113-5. 876-922-4113-5. We were just about to take a couple of other messages, but it looks like someone from New York is coming in. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Hey, Dervan, good afternoon, man. How you doing?
Good afternoon. I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Not too bad. It's nice weather here in New York today. Can't complain. Almost like spring.
Very good. Happy for you.
Yeah, man. Jesse, called for yesterday. Did a pretty good job. I was trying to call him, but I couldn't get through. I was in and out of doing some stuff. Anyhow, I wanna kind of talk to him yesterday, but he's not on today. But let me just bring it up to you since you're welcome back, by the way.
Thank you.
Someone he was talking about the African American history curriculum that the governor in Florida had some issue with, and I think the Congress lady David Clark she makes some pronouncement about it. So what I want to ask is Jesse, but obviously he's not on today.
Mm-hmm.
Did he go and look at the syllables? What was in there? Because when I looked at it, very little about African American history.
Where is that? Where is that? Oh, in the publication? In the.
It was on CNN. They did a list of the stuff that the curriculum, in other words, what the kids are going to learn.
Yes.
In that study, and it was very little to do with African history. It was very little. Okay, I mean, don't get me wrong. They talked about, for example, Black Lives Matters and stuff like that. And I understand that every life, for example, Black Lives Matters. I get it. I understand where we're coming from. I understand our history, but very little have to do with Black history. And I'm not against Black history. I love my history. I think everyone should learn their roots. Everyone should learn their culture. Everyone should understand where they're coming from. Caribbean, matter of fact, I think if you're from Jamaica or from the Caribbean, there should be something in the school system, especially if your school district has a lot of Caribbean students, to let them understand their roots. Bring them back to Jamaica. Teach them the history of where they're from, our African descendant. Understands the slave trade, understand all these things, the struggle. But what I think, one of my stand on the whole thing is this: when if you put all these things in school, and you say, for example, you have African American, you have Indian, you have Latino,
if you don't mind, a lot of these kids don't learn the core study that they need when they enter university. Like, for example, math, science, chemistry, courses like, what do you call it, calculus, can read and write and use words and understand words and use words very well.
Hold a moment, please. One moment.
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is 4 o'clock. Dr. Jackie Campbell is on call this and every Wednesday evening at 8 with Powering Your Health. Powering Your Health is Power 106 FM's flagship program dedicated to health and wellness. Your one-stop place to power a healthy lifestyle.
We help you to power your health. You can reach the show anytime by calling 876-922-4112 or by sending a text or WhatsApp message to 876-279-8598. Brought to you by Benson Pharmacy and Wellington Dental. That's powering your health. Powerful health and wellness discussion and interaction. This and every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Only on Power 106 FM.
You can get it if you really want. Yeah.
Thanks for holding. Back with you.
Yeah, so these are the courses that children, especially high school children, need to get in their head. Because when they go to universities, if they don't have these subjects down, they're gonna struggle. Okay? So I'm not against learning African American history, but to me, a lot of stuff need to be taught from home. The teachers give homework, for example. Look up your family history. Where they from? You can go all the way back to Africa. You go to Jamaica. You go to Trinidad. You go to Haiti. I mean, a lot of stuff can be taught at home, but the core subjects that need to be.
Hello?
Hello?
We lost you at core subjects. Hello? All right, maybe a bad connection. Not hearing you. All right, just hang up and try again, please. Hello?
Hello, yeah, hear me?
Yes, hearing you now.
So, yeah, sorry, when I call coming, on my WhatsApp when I call coming, but sorry. So, again, we want to make sure our kids get the highest and best to bring them to bring them to university to make sure that they get ahead of the game. Hello?
Yes, we hear you.
Right, but go and look at that curriculum and see what's in there. Unfortunately, again, I have nothing against African history, nothing against learning history, but when you put up something and do something else, to me, it's not a good thing. And by the way, Dervan, I'm a Democrat, but I can tell you something. Living in this country for many years, for some reason, I find that Democrats sometimes do more harm than good when it comes to African American people. So I want people to know that I'm not against. I'm a registered Democrat, but sometimes they need to do good and do more harm than good.
Somebody,
you know what I'm saying?
Somebody on the back of what you just said was retorting that you can't be a Democrat and talking like that.
Because you know what, I don't vote Democrat all the time. I vote for the party that whoever they're going to do the best for me and my family and my people. If I go to Jamaica today, I'm not going to vote for Labourite because I'm a Labourite or PMP because I'm a PMP. I'm going to vote for the person who do the best. So you can't tell me who I am. I'm a registered Democrat, but I don't vote for Democrats all the time. I vote for Republicans sometimes when I see best to do. So I don't know. Everybody's different, but that's someone to their own opinion. I can't tell people how to think. But again, I'm a registered Democrat, but Democrats sometimes do a lot of harm. Sometimes do harm. They try to do good,
but at the same time do harm, more harm than good sometimes. Because sometimes, Dervan, I tell you something, you gotta let people know the exact truth what's gonna happen, what's coming. What's coming is not pretty. What's coming is a global economy where it doesn't give. Listen to me. If you're black, white, yellow, pink, no one cares. I have done real estate closing, never met a liar. You're gonna have accountant. You're gonna have engineer from different country working across borders. Nobody not gonna. If you could, I could sit in my room right now with a certain skill set and work across borders. No one even know who you are. No one haven't seen your face. And the Chinese, they are very hard working. Okay, they are going to. If you think that you're just gonna wing it, so-called wing it in the future, and your kids not gonna get a proper education and wing it, that's out the door. That's just going away. And the jobs that the middle income jobs that were here, like your secretary, your bank tellers, a lot of like in cashiers, a lot of those jobs are going away like crazy. Okay, so we gotta let our children understand that what's coming is not a plaything. When you talk, people will think that you're just running your mouth, but you're not. The Chinese, they're learning engineer. They're in the highest level of learning you can possibly think about. Even medicine. You're gonna have a doctor from India. You're gonna have a doctor from wherever can treat you. Okay. So if you don't on top of that food chain, you are gonna be again in the bottom. So we have to let our children understand that the days when you can just wing it in school and get a good job, those days are coming to an end. And our politician needs to let people know that. When you go on welfare, the minimum money they give you, it can't take care of you. It can't take care of you. That's gonna be like literally almost like you basically, the government not gonna be able to take care of you because the government is literally in bankruptcy. When we look at the debt, the national debt in the United States, over $31 trillion. The government is not gonna be able to take care of people like they used to. So the government needs to start tell people the days when you can wing it and get by, get a decent job, buy a house, pay the bills. Those days are coming to an end. You need to let the kids get the highest education, learn all these subjects in school, and those hard to learn subjects. They need to learn those subjects in school as much as possible. And that's all I can say, bro. But it's not a joke. Unfortunately, politicians don't like to talk like this. Why? Because if they talk like this, no one is going to vote for them. You understand?
We hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, man. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Mr. Robinson in Taylorland, in 9 Miles. We have some encouraging news here. M. Jam says, Dervan, can I get the information to purchase this Bible for the blind gentleman? Also, who to ship it to? Thanks. Well, the easiest number I can give you right now is the company phone that is assigned to me, the Power 106 FM phone assigned to me, which is 876-365-3346. So MJAM, if you're still online on YouTube, this person is communicating with us via YouTube. If you're still there, please send the contact information, your contact information, to 876-365-3346. Or just make a note of the number, save the number, so that you can call 876-365-3346. 3346. And we'll be happy to put you in touch with Mr. Robinson, the blind gentleman in Taylorland in 9 Miles, Bull Bay. We're happy to put you in touch with him. So MJAM, go ahead and message us. Go ahead and send us your number, or just take a note of the one we have given you. It's on WhatsApp, and it's also, you can also send text messages regularly. So that's 876-365-3346. MJAM, please. Thank you very much for responding, and we await the connection. Okay, so MJAM is going to message me now. Thank you very much. And then I'll put you in touch with Mr. Robinson. Let's just double check that Mr. Robinson's number is in this phone. Let's see, why are we not seeing that? Let's go to Mr. Robinson in 9 Miles in Bull Bay, Taylorland, or Taylor's Land, to be more precise. So let's see what we find. Let's see who this is. All right, no. All right, stand by. Well, Mr. Robinson could also message us so that we can put you both in touch. All right, so let's stand by for that. I look out for the information. But MJAM obviously has taken note of the contact information we have shared. It was somebody calling a while ago as well. All right, we'll come back to that. All right, so hopefully, perhaps as early as the next commercial break or a little later, we will have you both exchange numbers. Assuming you're both still listening, Mr. Robinson in Taylor's Land in 9 Miles, Bull Bay, and the very gracious MJAM, who seems quite prepared to take the information, make the necessary purchase, and arrange the shipment. In fact, we're just seeing the message right now from MJAM, and we're going to save this information. In the meantime, Mr. Robinson, just call us back, please, if you're still listening. We want to confirm the number to reach you. And I think MJAM will need an address, a more precise address perhaps, so that you are able to receive your gift of that talking Bible, otherwise known as the digital Bible, the e-Bible, etc. People have all kinds of names. Thanks for connecting, MJAM. Thank you. So what we need to confirm now are the best numbers and possibly an address as well, so that the item can be shipped directly to, well, whomever Mr. Robinson believes will follow through by making sure that he gets the talking Bible, which he has been trying to get for some time now. Let's see. Spider says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. You see what that lady is saying about the cell phone. What I think is going to happen now with the increase in traffic fines. You think the government don't know what is going to happen now on the road with some of these dishonest police? They know this government is thinking back way, says Spider. I believe that you have more dishonest police officers in the force than honest. Well, I would love to know how you would be able to draw such a conclusion, though. I believe so, he says, and that is my opinion. Increasing the fine only going to make already bad situation worse. I think, and I think the government knows this. That is my opinion. And you're entitled to your opinion, Spider. Thank you very much for your message. Here's another one. I went to a supermarket. I swiped my card to enter, pick up what I want, swipe my card to cash out, and that was it. No personnel. Good thing I'm a certified chef. At least my job is secure. Certified chef Pamela at gmail.com. Yes, that business of checking out yourself has been around now for a little while. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:15.
Tune in every Thursday at 3:30 p.m. for Your Legal Corner with Daily Walker Huntington, during both sides of the story with Dervan Malcolm on Power 106 FM. It's your source of information regarding U.S. immigration matters, combined with Power 106 FM's pioneer of
I'm not
diaspora
seeing anything
broadcasting.
now.
Call in with your U.S. immigration queries and concerns
You sent it?
on 876-922-41125, or send a text or WhatsApp message to 876-279-8598 and get the answers you need for your U.S. immigration questions. That's Your Legal Corner with Daily Walker Huntington, Thursdays at 3:30 p.m. during
Oh, I'm seeing it now.
Story with Dervan Malcolm, only
All
on
right.
Power 106 FM.
You succeed at last.
We have just shared Mr. Robinson's number with MJAM or Mark. Mark has sent us his details. In fact, we are going to share his details with Mr. Robinson. So we're going to just forward the contact information here to Mr. Robinson. And I trust he has one of those phones where the phone actually talks to you so that you know when you have a new message, etc. And he's able to connect. So Mark, we've just sent you Mr. Robinson's. Got it, he says. Great, brilliant. So if you would be so kind as to take it from there for us, please. And if we need to intervene, or, well, not intervene, but to, for want of a less sophisticated word, to intercede on your behalf, then we'll be happy to oblige. But if you're able to work it out, Mark, with Mr. Robinson, in terms of, okay, you're calling him now. Well, you can keep us posted. And we trust soon and very soon, as the song says, Mr. Robinson will get his electronic Bible. Let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Hope this wasn't a dial and a call made in error. This person has called us on our text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-375-3386. Don't think the person meant to call us because that call just went. Let's go to David Crosburn in the meantime. Mr. Crosburn, good afternoon. How are you?
Yeah, good afternoon, Dervan, to you and all your listeners. I'm well, thanks.
Good, thank you.
Yeah, I just say thanks to the gentleman who had just assisted with the Bible.
Yes.
You know, you're doing a wonderful work, and may you continue to be strong, you know. It's a work you're doing, you'll never know.
Well.
But continue to be strong. Yeah, just on the Black History Month,
Yes.
they're there on Monday, just when you were closing out. You, in your archival notes, you mentioned about the governor, the Spanish governor, leaving Jamaica.
Yes, Don Cristobal de Sassy.
Yes. Dervan, it's an awesome turning point at that moment, but we don't, because our history wasn't prepared properly. We have a lot of work to do.
Yes.
It's a very critical turning point moment for Jamaica, and it ties in completely with our Black History Month, because I don't know if you have got a chance to look at Orlando Patterson's
report
lecture to
the lecture.
He did a lecture on the 3rd of this month.
3rd of February.
Yes, it's on YouTube.
I'll see if I can get a hold of it.
Look at it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a must look into. It is so important. It should take up our entire Black history here now. He was giving a lecture at the Mona Regional Center for Rex Neckerberg Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the critical thing, what he was saying, is that it's actually when Cristobal left Jamaica and the British took over, 2 things happened there. One, the method of slavery changed. The Spanish had a different sort of slavery, and the British brought in chattel slavery at that point. Not only that, but the other important point that came in right around that time that you mentioned in 1660 was the Treaty of Madrid came into operation shortly after, where British and Spain signed the agreement that they won't interfere with in each other's country again. So it kicked in the Treaty of Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
Then also it kicked in the place in center, Runaway Bay.
Yes,
Runaway
as the
Bay
point from which they fled.
Right. So but look how paradoxical it is. Runaway Bay joined Discover Bay at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But more importantly, what Professor Orlando is saying is 6 million Jamaican died in genocide, from in the 183 years of British slavery. If you look at the population when at emancipation, it was 311,000, but that population ought to have been close to 6 million.
Oh, 6 million.
Based on the normal flow of human development. So what it turns out to be, even in America, we were many times over that we were the worst off, the very worst off. You can listen to the lecture.
Mm-hmm.
We were the many times worst off. And that in itself is a matter for the International Court of Justice, because of the genocide that took place. And it fits in directly with all the meaning of the word genocide, which he actually mentioned that President Roosevelt, Delano Roosevelt's wife, helped the United Nations to get that word into their vocabulary, genocide. So it's an issue now for us to take to the International Court of Justice. And I'm thinking, my own thinking, is that when you take what happened at Emancipation there with Sam Sharp, with the 1,000 flogged and hung and 311 hung, it make a very strong case, and I think we should, rather than go directly for we take a multifaceted approach on it to the International Court of Justice.
Well, somebody has to lead. Who's going to lead that?
Well, what I can get from the lecture is putting it to us that we are to put it together. Because if you notice what is happening, a lot of cracks are taking place in the system towards it, because you have the Anglican Church, they are now acknowledging, apologizing. The Netherlands has just apologized, and other people are coming on board. So it is for us as a people to be united in what we are doing in this matter. It's a real matter. It's not a toy. And to say, finally, let me just say this. When the British Prime Minister came to address us in the House of Representatives in 2010,
That was Mr. Cameron. He said, move on.
Come on.
He said, move on.
Yes. Yeah, how could he say move on and Parliament sat and accepted that when it's a genocide, 6 million people have been lost for genocide nowhere in the world. It equivalents back to the amount lost by Israel. But the difference, the lecture is saying, is that the one in Israel occurred, or the Israelis, the Jewish people, took place over about 20 years. But in our case, is 183 years. But nevertheless, with that, I'm so happy and pleased when you look, Dervan, check out my book, and you will see where I painstakingly put an inverted pyramid and show the amount of sugar that was produced during that time. 5 million tons of sugar was produced during the 183 persons. So I'm now saying, what 183 years, I'm now saying that for each of those 183 years, if at least 1 million people was lost per 1 million ton of sugar, people lost their life unnecessarily. It's painful, and we as a people must take it to the highest level.
Yeah. We've missed a glorious opportunity to, for want of a more sophisticated term, tidy up the whole historical data and improving the level of understanding and appreciation for what was or what should have been or could have been, but definitely with a view to what should be or what should become going forward.
Thank you very much. But it's not too late, it's never too late.
Yes.
We can still work at it. Because when Lord Mansfield made the ruling, and if you can go back and play those tapes that Mutt Perkins used to mention about Lord Mansfield, we did not understand what Mutt Perkins was saying to us. Every day he came on the program and he mentioned about the Lord Mansfield ruling. And it was such a critical and pivotal, because Mansfield said he has been through all the laws of England and he does not see any authority whereby they should own a slave. Mansfield said that in his 1794 ruling. So it was there. But I'm closing now. Sorry to keep up your program. But even before that, even before the British slavery started in 1660, as you mentioned in your archival work there was a U.S. Jesuit priest who said.
Hold on, tell us what he said after the break, please. We need to take a break.
You succeed at last.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:30.
It's riveting, thought-provoking, and interesting. It's the Morning Agenda on Power 106 FM. Weekdays, 7:15 to 9 a.m. Join Jody and Quarry on Mondays and Tuesdays, and Sanjay Lewis on Wednesdays and Thursdays, while they alternate on Fridays, as they set your agenda and break down the issues, and keep you informed on what matters to you most. It's the Morning Agenda on Power 106 FM. Weekdays, 7:15 to 9 a.m. only on Power 106 FM.
Get your shit. You got your mind set on a tree. You can get it.
Que hora es en español? Son las 5:29. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5h-29. Cienzai, Tidian le, Wu Dian Cha Ar Shi Jiao Fen. 29 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you done your homework yet? If not, now is a good time. Good afternoon to all the schoolers listening to us, all the students from the early childhood level to the secondary level. Trust you had a productive day of learning today. Hope you also managed to get in some physical activity, just as important as mental activity. As we always say, young people, socialization makes you educable. Education makes you trainable. Training makes you employable. And the right attitude makes you successful. Homework time, young people. And parents and guardians, do you know where your children are? Are they where they're supposed to be? Doing what they're supposed to be doing? It's a good time to check up on the children. A good time for us to continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Let's allow David Crossburn to complete what he was saying earlier on about a Jesuit priest.
Yeah, thanks again. It was Eric Williams in his book, From Columbus to Castro, who was echoing the Jesuit priest from in the 1560s, who said, no amount of this world treasures would be enough to pay for someone's liberty. He quoted that in Eric Williams' book. But just to close, I said that many times, but finally on the Black History Month, just for St. William Grand Park, whenever you're speaking in the mayor's ear, just point out to him that they to make it interactive. Because most of the children and this generation, they don't know nothing about St. William Grand. He was at 17 years old when the authorities locked him up for no other reason than to speak in a telephone can to his fellow friend. And they took him up to Oak Park camp and locked him up for over 3 months. His mother was making several trips from Upper St. Andrew, trying to get him from the lockup in Oak Park camp at the time. Immediately they let him out. He was able to go on the ship that was carrying the first set of volunteers to World War I. And from them, he survived the war and came back and really did a sterling work even with the Marcus Garvey movement. He was an outstanding advocate for carrying the fight for Marcus Garvey movement and so. So he's someone who I think they should find a way to make something interactive at the Sir Will is
St.
park
William
in his
Grant
honor.
Park, yes.
And to link it with the area that he's from up in Brandon Hill. He's from Brandon Hill up in St. Andrew.
That's West Rural,
And
St. Andrew.
And even show him talking to as a little youth, 17-year-old, talking to his friend. But they reported him that he was communicating with Germany. And they incarcerated him for that, just simply because of all the information was flowing at the time.
Yes.
And the limited access. Well, I don't know if you were accustomed to that, when you could put a string at one end of a condensed tin and somebody at the other end, and you could send a message to them under there. So we used to communicate as a little youth.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that missed me. I didn't get an opportunity to experience that.
Oh, okay. And finally, did you know a teacher by the name of Irwin? Gloria Irwin?
No.
Okay. She taught at a school there on Adel Park Road, near Coburn Gardens. She taught there up in the 80s.
I know of Coburn Gardens. What was that?
Yes.
What was then Coburn Gardens All Age, now Coburn Gardens Primary and Junior High. I attended that.
She taught there.
Yes.
Yeah, the lady I'm asking, she taught there and up to about 1980 or so. She's in the US now.
Maybe she didn't teach me, otherwise I'd remember her name.
Okay. All the very best and continue to be very strong. And
thank you.
Thanks for the opportunity of sharing. Yeah.
Sure. Always happy to have you on board. All the best. Take care.
Yeah, all the very best. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world, and the Transmission TV radio group on WhatsApp, indicating that they are acknowledging receipt of the message, the Power 106 outage in that area. All right, let's go to the phone lines once again, 876-922-4112-5. Good afternoon, thanks for calling.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And give thanks for the history, African consciousness, Black consciousness, where the Honorable Brethren speak a while, you know?
Yes.
And Garvey and Rastafari, you know, I show the world, say, repatriation first, send us home back to our farmer, even when we take on from in the 15th, 16th century and carry come here, you know? So we're calling upon all world heads of government, you know? From this Jamaica government, which is King Charles government, to whatever go pay reparation now to Church of England, because he is the sovereign of the Church of England. So we're calling upon all of them to provide transportation, you know?
Yes.
Paramount important, you know? The I departure, you know? And that Marcus Garvey deal with. Black Star Liner ship to return all black sons and daughters home to Africa. The man also said in his words of all the freedom fighter where people that said dead and buried in Jamaica and the world and in America and Atlanta. Him say in Marcus Garvey shall return with countless millions, you know, of Africans for this black redemption, you know, for the redemption of Africa, you know. What manner of man is this? Who the world said dead? And him sure say him coming forward, you know.
So you obviously are prepared to invest a lot of confidence and trust in the hands of those who will be transporting you from the region from Jamaica and elsewhere in the region to Africa, Ethiopia in particular.
Confidence in our black self, international security out there.
No, but it's not our we and our black selves. This is, you say you're calling on Queen Elizabeth, I beg your pardon, King Charles the third. You're calling on King Charles to provide transportation. So I'm saying that's quite something that you really trust. You trust the kings, the king,
God, you know.
the king and the king's men, that you will be taken, it will happen, and you'll be taken safely from this region to the continent of Africa via
So
Ethiopia.
the man say, at this point in time, a black international figure, black world leader shall take the center stage of the world once more.
Who shall that be? Who should that be? Who is going to do that?
Oh, the black redeemer, the black messiah.
Yet to be revealed.
Yeah, Jah Rastafari, you know. Our God in three persons, you know. Our prophet, priest, and king, you know. So we are here awaiting our leader, you know, a black world leader, you know.
So once King Charles says, hey, here's the ship, let's go, you are ready.
Not only King Charles, all world heads of government who benefit from the slave ship. See, like how them talk about the one, Kwashi, the reparation. We don't want a reparation in Jamaica, you know. We want reparation when we go to Africa. We want repatriation first, and then to reach home in Africa, we take reparation and set up ourselves in Africa under the banners of the red, black, and green, and the red, gold, and green. You don't know that anthem, say with the red, black, and green floating over us. Finish it with the emperor to shield us from wrong. With our God and our future before us, we heal and we'll song, sweet song. God bless our Negros, and keep Ethiopia free, Africa free, you know, to advance in truth and right, in love and light, you know. So we want to return to our former glory as the first ruling power upon earth, you know, a black world government, you know, world kingdom, you know. And that we are defending right now.
And you expect it to come together organically? I mean, without direct curation, direct action being taken. You expect it to just come together.
The man said the voice of the people is the voice of God. So the man said nothing until all Africans stand and speak as free beings, equal in the eyes of the Almighty, you know, demanding our right to life and liberty, you know. You know what I'm saying? Until all of us stand up and speak to our right, you know?
Yes.
Because the black man have a right, you know? So we want, as one writer said, where's the black man deal of right? You know? With the 100 protesters out there, prominent people, them say in a society like politician and businessman and doctor and all of them in the society. Them say sign a petition to the Governor General who represent King Charles now in Jamaica to know reparation and repatriation. Now that King Charles says a money thing we not deal with. And him say about pay reparation through Church of England. You know? What we not going to do now? Because we still left on plantation Jamaica.
No, but my question is, what are you going to do? Because
I am doing something right now.
You mean talking on the radio?
Yeah, I wake it. You say I wake from your slumber and I rose from your dream, and Christ will support an incoming team. We are here to build our one another faith, strengthen our one another in our Africanness, in our blackness, you know. Look at the impact of Marcus Garvey have on the world. He never have no gun, now no battleship, or no weapon, you know. But look at the impact we have on the world stage as a black leader, a spiritual movement, you know, a black consciousness of ourselves as who we is as a people, you know. And that we chart, I know. And that we chart as a people, you know, because we keep on running away from ourselves, you know, our black self, you know.
But looks like you're going to have to help us, Raslide.
We're not help you. The Lord gave the word, and great is the company of us that publish it, so the word we are give, you know, and the word manifest in the flesh, take on flesh, you know. So the man said, resist not the voice of the spirit that whispers so gentle within.
Do you any idea how much longer we'll have to wait to make the transition from this region?
The man said, in 1 hour, Babylon, this constitutional monarchy system of government gone down, you know, Britain and America, you know. The man said the time is now, but the hour is not yet come, you know.
Babylon, your throne gone down, gone down.
Oh, you're so rough. Anyway, no matter where we are run go, and where we are hide, it's about I and I. It's not about Jamaica, you know, our Jamaica possesses, you know, but it's about I and I, the 95% of black sons and daughters, the stars of Africa, You know, saying?
Yes.
God, the man, say, we are people of all manner of workmanship. We are the gods and goddess of earth, you know. And we are the priests and we are the prophets, you know. And all great things in Africa await us. Remember, Africa is the golden
Africa
city.
awaits our children.
Yes, my Lord.
Yes.
So, make we stretch forth our hands now and to Africa, and Africa cautiously open her door to receive her black subject. Because we are the light of the world, you know. Gabi and Rastafari. He enlightened the world from Jamaica here as a black family of people, right to the continent. First standard in the world. So the kingdom of Ethiopia is with us, you know, under the banners of the red, black, and green, and the red, gold, and green.
Yeah. Thank you very much. All the best.
Freedom Redemption International Repatriation from Andrew Holness and Mark Golding, King Charles II Prime Minister, alternative and current Prime Minister. You know, set the people them free from down the portfolio on the collar. Labour right and PMP.
We'll be counting on you. You're going to have to lead. We're looking forward to your leadership in this regard. We have to wrap. Thank you very much for the call.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:45.
Cross Country Road Show. Hit up every parish in Jamaica.
Yes, we have what you need in the RJR Gleaner Communications Group 2023 Cross Country Invasion. One nation, one family. And we are rolling out with the power of 12 plus. Come out and meet us on Friday, February 10 for the launch from 2 locations across Jamaica. We kick things off at 5 a.m. from St. William Grand Park, downtown Kingston. At 1 p.m. we intensify the fun and excitement from the Third River Park in Ocho Rios. Join us for the live broadcast on Smile Jamaica, TVJ's Daytime Live, Radio Jamaica, Fame 95 FM, Hits 92 FM, Power 106 FM, and RETV. Fun, giveaways, and exciting activities. Meet your favorite personalities, plus special live performances. It's gonna be an invasion like no other, and you must be there. February 10, 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. from St. William Grand Park, downtown Kingston, and from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. from the Third River Park in Ocho Rios. Brought to you by the Statistical Institute of Jamaica in association with Caribbean Dreams, Access Financial, Links, The Guardian Group, Sunshine Snacks, H&L True Value and H&L Agro, Tranbach Tonic Wine, Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, Gateway Cooperative Credit Union, Development Bank of Jamaica, and Advanced Integrated Systems.
It's a cross-country invasion. It's a cross-country invasion. If you really want, you can get it.
Et ahora es en español, son las 5:13. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5:13. 现在TDN le 5点cha Shi San Fen. 13 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Good afternoon to all working Jamaicans tuned into both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. It's a good time for us to ask ourselves, how productive have we been today? How productive have we been today? Let's clear some more messages. In the meantime, Alcian Murray, hello to you. Nifusan, welcome. Dr. Sharon Wild says, thank you for having me on your program, Sir Dervan Malcolm. You're welcome. Let's see. Let's go up the line now and see who else is messaging us. Sonia Bennett, good afternoon to you. Inez Ayona Campbell in Bridgeport, Connecticut, or as you say in America, Connecticut. Good afternoon to you. Christine Duncan Nelson, good to have you on board. Paulette Grant is also with us. Welcome, Paulette Grant. Lisa Brown Campbell says, Lloyd is definitely passionate. I had to laugh when he said he's doing something. And you said, talking on the radio, keep advocating Ras Lloyd. And Errol says, Dervan, good afternoon. To you too, Errol. Thank you very much. Some more messages on YouTube now. Let's go over to YouTube and see what's happening there. Let's see. Natalie Winter in Washington Gardens says, great afternoon all. Pleasant viewing from breeze-filled Washington Gardens, Kingston 20, Jamaica, enjoying the discourse on YouTube. And Charles James says, I haven't been able to listen to Power 106 FM on the app for almost 2 years. Are you kidding me? Oh dear, that's serious. See if we can take a picture of that message and send it to the engineers in the WhatsApp group. Let's see if we can get that going right now. All right, the screen is a bit fuzzy. Let's see if we can clear that up. I think we got it. To the phone lines once again, 876-922-4112 to 5. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Good afternoon.
Yeah, man. Did you get the clarification about Jesus' return? I didn't miss that part of it.
Somebody sent a message. Let's see if we can find that message. Patrick, otherwise known as Jamaica Love, says Jesus is coming back, verse 11.
Verse 11 of what book?
That's where his message left off. I mean, that was that. That's where. No, it just says Jesus is coming back, verse 11. I don't know if it's verse 11 of the same piece.
One thing I know about Mark 13, verse 32. The disciples asked him, my disciples said, "We're coming back on the earth, man." He said, I don't know. Neither the angels, neither know it, no man. The only being knows I'm coming back is my Father.
Mm-hmm.
Mark 13, verse 32. So, because if Jesus had said, boy, he going to come in 1944 or the year 2000, as some Christians believe, and he did not return, they not say in the Lord. Hello?
Well, they would say a lot of things, yes.
Yes, I mean, a lot of people say a lot of things in the year 2000 coming on, and according to some people, every 2000 years there are going to be some changes. But I know I never believe in that. I know that because if you just read Mark 13 verse 32, you will understand the whole thing. And a lot of things around it for us to read. But I thought somebody had some chapter, book, and verse to quote that as what King James I do that to have said it. When he got his 15, when he got his 60 odd men in 1611 and reported that. Anyway, I'll talk about that next time.
All right.
All right, Dervan.
Thank you. Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Right. So Mark says he'll call Mr. Robinson when he's finished talking with us. He says in this message, Dervan, I spoke to Mr. Robinson. I can order the Bible now, but he does not seem to have someone with a mailbox in Miami, like a mail pack. I will purchase and then pay the duty once it gets from Miami to Kingston. Is there a way to get it done, i.e., where to send it? But this is Mr. Robinson. I'm sure he has received mail or packages before, so he would be the best person to say where to dispatch the item. And Mark goes on to say also there are two options: battery or solar powered Bible. That's a very good question. Those are the options for Mr. Robinson. Would you prefer a solar powered Bible or battery operated Bible? So perhaps, Mark, another couple of words to exchange, another few words to exchange with Mr. Robinson, just to make sure that we hit all the right notes, so to speak. But you have taken the process a step further now, and we appreciate this on behalf of Mr. Robinson in Taylor's Land, St. Thomas, 9 Mile, Bull Bay, and 9 miles. So we're counting on you to keep us in the loop, Mark. And in conversation with Mr. Robinson, you should be able to elicit the kind of information that would reveal a clear path as to how you will get it in the hands of Mr. Robinson. And Mr. Robinson is the best man to talk to in that regard. Errol says, Ras Lloyd is a man with no doubt. He is on a stranded island waiting for King Charles' ship. Joan Brooks, good afternoon to you. Good to have you on board. And here's Jamaica Love calling through now, maybe to follow up on the biblical discussion. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Yes, Eddie. It's Acts chapter 1, verse 4 to 11.
Acts chapter 1, verse 4 to 11.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where you see when Jesus came back.
Right. I thought you were going to share it with us.
I'm at work.
Oh, you're at work. All right.
Yeah, I'm just telling you. It said, I think 11 said, why he gives him, he man a girl, he gives them to heaven. The same Jesus will take it from you, which shall come in a manner.
I'm just seeing if I can bring up the scripture. Just a moment there. Don't move. You say Acts. Let's bring this up.
If you read from verse 8, it said, but ye shall receive power after the Holy Ghost is come on you, and ye shall be witness unto me.
Give me the exact. I mean, what chapter?
It's Acts chapter 1, 8. You can read 8 to 11, you see it.
Chapter 1, 8 to 11.
Yeah.
But ye shall receive power. After that, the Holy Ghost is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me, both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria, and unto the uttermost part of the earth. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel, which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Jesus which is taken up from you into heaven shall so come in like manna. Shall so come in like manna. As ye have seen him go into heaven. Yes. All right. So you say that is that.
Yes.
All right, sir. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, sir. Have a good best day.
You too.
2 minutes left.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Look at the time. Can we thank you once again for the privilege of serving you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story, for today, Wednesday, the 8th of February 2023. The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on, nor all your piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all your tears wash out a word of it. All things being well, Both Sides of the Story returns tomorrow afternoon, 2 to 5. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm reminding all of us that every day is an opportunity to do better than yesterday. Take care. Bye.